Any moment now, in fact, is the answer. Oh, am I still playing? I am. Sorry about that. Hertz and LR on match point now. I'm okay. See how that plays out. Okay. So. Galions back on blue. LR on red. Still think I prefer LR on red on that since they've got some very scary counter pick options. Normal squid is 5 games in semis and 3-0 sweet finals. Yep. Final Fantasy raid music. I know, right? It's not my choice of music. This is the stream's music. This is EMEA Masters official champion select music. Volley Lulu down. I want a fly quest. I think it'll be AL or Gen G probably. Says he felt like he had more impact than the damage graph showed. I agree. Silas sometimes has that, though, remember. Because a lot of his damage isn't incidental. It's from all-ins. And he's in the jungle as well. So if he's trading, he's fighting you. And that's just sometimes the way of it. Where you just end up not doing that much because you only had like 3 or 4 fights or whatever. I think I put Gen G on my crystal ball. I actually had CFO going out 3-1. So I'm actually in potentially very good luck here. I see myself out. Very good, Denko. Very good. Boo. Oriana banned the Scion by LR. Rakam first pick tonight from Reckless. They may look at a Zaya here now then. I think you could Kai'Sa Nico at this point. You've seen the Rakan. Rumble is banned. Lulu Zed Volley. Don't like Blind Gragas. What does Nemesis play here? Azir? Azir might be an angle, actually. Zaya to take it away from the Rakan. I wondered. I would have preferred a Kai'Sa Nico, I think. But hey. Ragnar's a good enough Scion that he would first pick it. Imagine if Gen G lose to T1. That'll be hilarious. Poppy. Already good into Rakan. A lot of the jungle champions still up are quite dash heavy. So I think that's probably fine. Makes things like Jarvan, Lee Sin, Xin Zhao all a bit risky. It's quite good into Smolder as well. Could be Flex or Reckless Pop, but it's not really his idea. Giving his ear, I kind of agree. I suspect Nemesis just logs 0 on 3 here. I know it's been nerfed, but I still think it's quite strong. Zed's been banned. Zed's been banned. Down there. Vel'Koz, also true. Yeah, you could Vel'Koz them way. Both options here. Very true. What's the reply? Who can it be now? Men work. Trundle is good into the Poppy. Makes it quite hard to draft tanks now is a thing as well. Because that's the deal with Trundle. If you're blinding Trundle, it changes the draft. It basically, it's a chess gambit, right? You put this forward and say, okay, now you can't draft tanks, or if you do, then we have a much better draft combo. And then I'll have to find ways to make that value happen without having access to tanks. Jarvan, fine into Trundle. As long as you win the mind game of when to flag and drag around the pillar, because you can get pulled out of your flag and drag by the pillar if it's done well. Is this a Baus Poppy? Probably is a Baus Poppy. Probably is a Baus Poppy. They probably did need to lock jungler, it would get banned away. So I think that makes some sense. Xin Zhao still not picked, which is kind of wild to me. But Trundle's fine. Ornbam. Yeah, I suppose now that they know that they can't, they're not picking the tank themselves. A tank top for Ragnar would be quite annoying with the Smolder angle they're going for. Already lost a Scion. Not that many good tanks top at this point. Rek'Sai might be an angle if they are on the Rek'Sai train. Hui ban. I think they might just ban Hui Vel'Koz here or Hui Azir. Would Nemesis Xerath not be a good pick? Risky into Trundle. Risky into Trundle. Pillar really messes with you is Xerath. Not that it doesn't as way. Aatrox ban. Yeah, it makes sense. Ragnar is a big Aatrox enjoyer. Nar's already down. Kasente's already down. Yorick's down. Might be a Renekton angle, honestly, for Ragnar at this point. Hui's been banned, sadly. Jax away from Baus. Fine. They're obviously seeing the potential Poppy flex as well. Ornn's also been banned, to be fair. So, you have to start making some decisions here. Do you want to give counterpick over to Crowny? Karma pretty much guarantees shove bot side. They're going to go for the Karma. Speed ups, if you play the W well, it could be quite a nice CC chain. LPL uses Karma very well, for example. Very aggressively. Very aggressively. But you play for the tether more than anything else. It's J4 support, Karma mid. Hell yeah, that's the one. Go Vayne top. Some wild-ass choices in chat. Gragas to take something away. That would be funny. Okay. They saw a potential Gragas angle and stole it away. Very good. I mean, it's probably still going to be Battle's Poppy top, right? Especially with the Karma locked. Take the Azir. In that case, it's just a straight Vel'Koz here, no? Who also doesn't enjoy Trundle that much, but at least can turn and burn pretty heavily. Unless it's the secret Malzahar tech. Malzahar mashes Azir a bit post a certain point as well. Can be quite annoying. Veigar is hilarious. It's a Nemesis old pick. Can just one-shot people. Okay. Huh. Well, double cages now. There's double things for Poppy to shove you into. So Poppy Veigar bot was a thing for a while as well in solo queue, where you'd put the Veigar cage out and Poppy shunt them into the wall. So between Cataclysm and Event Horizon, the Veigar baby cage, you've actually got very annoying zone control. Then Poppy W and Xayah Feathers. Like, Trundle, Rakan, Gragas walking forward here are not going to have fun. I think there is a world where Azir and Smolder could prove problematic by virtue of range. Because I think there's a world where if you play fight slow and Azir and Smolder just get to play from range, throwing out poke, that gets problematic for Lost Returns. But if you're forced to come in and contest them over objectives, it's going to be a miserable time. Miserable time. That's my read anyway. Okay. Okay. So, apologies, guys. My energy's dropping a little bit after a very long day of world streaming. Hard push bot from LR and losing lanes mid and top. Basically, though I will say Veigar can at least play defensively quite well into the Azir, assuming you manage the soldiers all right. But yes, you are realistically looking to play around bot prio for your jungle and having Baus be weak side pretty aggressively. Trundle Gragas could end up just hard diving you and making your life a bit miserable. So we'll see how Baus does to manage it. You do have the ability to turn around stuff pretty aggressively at level 3, even level 2, so possible. Fun draft, nothing else. Agreed. Very good scaling from Galions, right? Azir Smolder. Yeah, and weirdly, Veigar kind of hits this point where he's one-shotting people with ult regardless. The stacks don't mean that much. He's much more mid-game spiking than you'd think because he runs into this issue of just being quite one-shottable himself with very low mobility. So that can be a big dim. Demand energy and vigor. No! Not doing it. We got a pause mid-fly-through. Unreal. Go get some sleep, Darkwell. Good to see you. Can't believe you stayed up so late. That's wild. Okay, looks like there's internet issues that are being resolved. Didn't take too long, a couple minutes. We got 2 minutes pause. So roughly 2 minutes till we're in. The N in EMEA stands for no interruptions. Really sold us similar things to Vel'Koz but can roam more freely? Yes, but you come online in lane too late is the issue. And Vel'Koz has a lot more range. Vel'Koz was always much more of a counter into Azir specifically because you actually could poke him out, and Azir hates champions that outrange him. The reason Varus mid back in the day was an answer into Azir because Azir just had no way of dealing with it. Unless you went like all in, and then you're actually putting yourself at quite a lot of risk to do it, and if you fail it, you just get run down by the rain. Xerath used to be a bit of an answer into the Azir as well. Bit of anti-synergy with Gragasol and Azirol. Depends. If you're using it as disengage, it's fine on both then. But yes, it can be. Both obviously big mobility spell or big displacement spells. Deutsche Bahn would be a great sponsor. You're not wrong, Dark World. Just like EMEA, we're never on time. Deutsche Bahn. Should be in at 58. Not 58, 48 by the looks of it. Is what I'm being told. Just before. Oh. Lost Drones really want to get value out of this bot shove, though. If they don't, I think these things get tricky again. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. One second, responding to a quick message. Cool. Should be soon. 30 seconds. You heard of the famous Fnatic pause once or twice? Well, an all Yordle team. It's not. Veigar could be clutching this moment. Could be. Here we go. Hey, took us long enough.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Reckless reading karma skills, please no.
Minions have spawned.
Does he build down? Don't recall Bowser playing Poppy. He's very good on the pick. Very good on the pick. He tends to go for the Sundered Sky Thimble Winter build, if you know what I mean. So, a lot of sustained, irritating sticking power, basically. More towards winter than it was spring and summer this year, it has to be said. Invade, level 1, off the Karmazaya Prio. Oh, they're Taeyun swapping. Okay. Smolder to get free stacks off Poppy. Gragas Survivor. Oh, face checking Gragas doesn't mean that much. Okay, fine. Level 2, Flag and Drag across. Look to fight with Xerxes. This could get interesting. Where's Reckless? Okay, Smite. Dragon Strike across a couple. Ooh, baby. Velia? Be careful. Does he want to fight over Raptors? I think he does. Huh. Veigar's got shove, actually. Okay, he's going to leave it. Fine. Now, this will be the question. Are we going to do Raptors Krug Red? Ward there to spot if the... From Nemesis to spot if Trundle gets across towards Velia's blue side jungle. Doesn't look like it's happening. They've not got any wards on blue, but there is a world here where Trundle comes and fights at red buff. Free stacking for Smolder though, which is good news. I'm aware I'm kind of blocking the stacks. That way. But alas, there's only 70 positions I can put my camera in. Maybe just drop it down here and make it a bit easier. I know I'm covering the hotbar a bit, but that way you can see the stacks a bit more freely, which is probably more important in the grand scheme of things. Hey, Edward Gaming Enjoyer. Hello. Glad to have you in here. An enjoyer of Edward Gaming. No idea how I know that. Just sleep. I know. I do. I'm going to need to at some point. I am sorry I'm a little bit out of it, guys. My energy reserves are depleting a little. Bouse. Should be alright. Flashes away. Chomp. Bonk. Oh, charge away. Can't get the shield. Oh, turret shot back, though. Nicely done. Okay. 1 for 1. And you get the flash off Harpoon. In the end, it's probably still better for the Smolder in the sense that more stacks gold early. And gold on Smolder is worth more than gold on Poppy. But good for Baus to get something there. And gets the flash off Xerxes as well. So, you know. Could be worse. Flash out of the slow. Xerxes flashes. Chomp can't quite get it. Flash from Harpoon. But that flash auto isn't quite enough. Then Baus gets to jump forwards. Turret aggro's dropped. Harpoon dies. Unfortunate. Thought he'd saved him. Yeah, if he didn't turn around, they wouldn't have had any damage on the Smolder. So we needed to get there. It would have been an execute. Small rocks are going to skyrocket like crazy. Smolder stacks are going to skyrocket like crazy. Definitely a possibility. Getting past the initial breakpoints matters because then you start scaling exponentially faster because you just hit more things for stacks. So we shall see. Still, it's not really led to a gold lead bot because the Xayah is still up 10 CS. And actually Poppy's laned well even in the 1v1 versus the AD carry. shove from Saren. Doesn't actually lead to all that much, though. Dragon. Nice work from Merlar early. I'm surprised they've not moved out of this lane swap. I suppose they just want the Smolder. Getting as many stacks as possible from the Poppy. Hope we get the funny line from Rakan if Zaya dies. Oh, yeah. I don't know what... Are we hearing in English or French? I'm assuming it's in English. But I don't actually know. Faust about to get dove. Has got Keeper's Verdict. He's got Steadfast Presence. Good shield. Keeper's Verdict away. Zaya's now here. And lane swap out. So they get the dragon. Faust stays alive. Not bad. Weak side king. Yeah, him and Flandre, apparently. English now, yes. Game 2 was French. Ah. Funny how all early game strategy against ally equal bounce, gank bounce equals profit. Like, not even sure if they do. It's why I've always been a bit afraid when I see things like Kiana's into Lost Ratones. Because if the person getting the gold off Baus is like a hyper snowballing jungler that can take that lead and impact the rest of the map, then it's a problem. If it's like a Trundle getting a kill, that's not so great. The Taeyun swaps might end up hurting Baus a bit more. If it ends up with Baus still being traded and it's the AD carry picking up the gold, that could be a problem. Okay, trying to get both sets of early objectives. Value will smite for 1. Are we sticking around for more? Thinking about it. Watch the cage. Xerxes now in there. He's not having a lot of fun. Flag and drag. Cataclysm back on through. They get the kill. Crowny on the other side. Flash away from Velia. Zuelis has to flash out as well. Nemesis might die to Saren here. Can they get at least another grub? Don't know if they can. Mom calls ult. Reckler. The Crowny's now in danger. Has to flash out from the Rakan. Oh, they weren't respecting Saren joining. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. They just gave over 3 kills. Well, 2. I thought Crowny was going to get a lot more value with his roam over, and Baus didn't join, to be fair. But neither is Ragnar, so... just messy is the answer. Ragnar going for the bomber, but doesn't get him across the wall. Oh, no, and he flashed for that as well. Awkward. No Lollipop. He's getting very true. Should have been Lollipop. Looks like game 5. Yeah, we'll see. Because this started well enough, and I thought the roam down from Crowny was going to be way more dangerous. So they just not find a good feather pull angle. Dully's flashes out, and Nemesis just ends up eating a load of auto attacks from Azir. And they just need to back away at this point. Back to live, and Crowny's dead. What happened there? Crowny? Oh dear. 0 and 2 on his Xayah as well. That's not good. Oh, it looks like there was a gank from Azir. Did Azir TP? No, he just managed to find a roam up top. Okay, so Azir turned up top out of nowhere. Rakan's TPing mid. My head keeps... I know, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to sort of lean away occasionally so you can see. There we go. I'll move away, Eric. I'll move around occasionally. We'll check in every couple minutes. There's not actually that many positions to put the camera. Baus is going to be fine. They're going to try and... they've got no shuffle to work with because it looks like Saren used that to get the kill onto Xayah. So Harpoon starting 2-1 and 2 on a Smolder he's very well known for should be scary for Lost Returns. Baus is about to get dove. Gets a shield. Knocks the Rakan away. Should be able to clear out this wave at least. Ooh. Needs to leave. Quickness. Gets a shield. Oh, just about makes it work. Bloody hell. The bounce flash he did. Failed the flash. What's the official stream so I can open another stream to show some support to help out? There is no official stream until semi-finals. There is going to be an official stream for semi-finals and finals, and that's it. Which I think is incredibly disappointing. But there we are. Small streamer named Cadril. Yeah, it's me. I'm the official broadcast right now. But yeah, it's just co-streamers until semis, unfortunately. Which I think is very disappointing. But hey, here we are. Nice for Zolis. He was always a good Rakan player. Hope that tea wasn't cold, nothing worse. No, this is cup 2. It's kind of lukewarm, which is fine. And it is like a florally one anyway, so it's not so bad cold. Not a milk tea. Chuggable temperature. Yes, indeed. Ooh, boy. Hang on. Yeah, I think Xerxes about to run up here. Has he got flash? Faust gets around. Overcomes Harpoon. Maybe look to turn this around. Can't. Harpoon's donated another kill. They can maybe jump on Harpoon here, though. Summons Mom. Misses the initial flag and drag, but can still get him in the Cataclysm when they get the kill. Shutdown for Crowny is really nice. He's at 130 stacks, so quite early on. That's a good stacking state for Harpoon. Still, they get the flash off him. He's not got TP. They do get the shutdown. Crowny's the one that picks it up. That's good news. Oh, he misses the auto to cancel it. Now Ragnar's actually in quite a lot of danger here. Trundle's coming. Is anyone else joining? No, they're not. Crowny. Crowny. Feather pull. Flash from Seren. Pillar. Crowny's dead. Oh, Crowny. Oh, dear. Seren is here, baby. Reckless looking for the tether. Shuffle interrupted. Bounces E. Nice. Crowny was very close to having his flash back up, actually. But clutch flash in the end from Seren. I wonder whether it'd be allow him to go back the other way. But yes, it is increasingly looking like a game 5 angle, guys. Nemesis jumped on. Reckless is here. They've gone quite deep for this. Yeah, that's going to be a flash. Game 5 might be a zillion angle. That's true. Hang on. Empowered tether. Yeah, that's a pretty good route. Harpoon. Yeah, they can flash on this. Remember, Harpoon doesn't have a way to get out of this because he has no flash. Really good. Zoelis is now in danger as well. How long till he gets his W? Just about in range. Had to flash as well, actually, to get out of range of the additional Q follow-up. Now jumping, route onto Xerxes. There's the shield for Crowny. Zoelis now coming up. Crowny doesn't have flash. They don't want to jump too far. Don't know where Jarvan is. Fine. Another good kill for Crowny. Faust is proxying. Of course he is. Of course he is. Bit of both is the answer, Mexi Hero. Bit of both. They can jump on Xerxes here, who's actually leveled down on the Jarvan. He's going to be forced to flash out. He's only on Triforce. He's very killable there. Does the Jarvan curse transfer to EMEA Masters? There's a question. It's been very successful here at the minute. Nice. Steadfast presence. Can't quite get the mid lane tier 1, but still. 150 stacks. The stacking has slowed down a bit for Harpoon because he's ended up dying a couple times. Like, he went from no deaths, basically, to 3. Had died the one time in that awkward 1-for-1 of the turret, but hey, here you are. Apart from LR and the trolling, who are the other ones of favourite? KCB. Galions were up there. I would have said Misa, but they had a very poor showing when we saw them. One of the German teams, maybe. Heretics are actually turning up, which is good for them. But yeah, I'd say KCB are probably the other one. This side of the bracket's pretty rough. We don't know. There's a world where the answer is no, consider how Valorant does similar things. Oh, nice! Primordial burst, baby. Misa and GK fell off, sadly. Yeah, I was hoping for the GK win. That's actually a nice pickup in terms of kills. I think it was a shutdown as well. Nemesis is going to try and play for that turret top side, I think. Probably. There's the turret. First turret of the game goes towards Lost Ratones. Nemesis needs to leave. He's about to get TP'd on. He's dead, I think. Nemesis has stayed too long. Nemesis has stayed too long. He's going to get his ear combo. TPing out. Okay, he leaves. I think he greeted for that one. There's a Herald into mid. Which would have been first turret, actually, if they'd used that earlier. Azir's also not going to get tier 1 topside. It'll end up being 2 turrets for Galions. But they can now turn for Soul Point for Lost Ratones. That's a big one. Nemesis had to TP away, so we can't actually TP down to the fight, which really sucks. Seren doesn't have TP either, though. It's only Soul Point. And by the stacking pace of Harpoon, he will have 225 by Soul Fight, which is big. But that is feature strength for Lost Ratones as well. But I think Harpoon is going to turn up to this Soul Fight and have the execute threshold, which is a big one. Is Nymera my brother? Yes, he is. AQC, Nymera is my younger brother. We're about a year apart. But I am Sam Hapgood. He is Alex Hapgood. And we have been brothers for many years. Could suddenly become another Thanos game for Nemesis? Could do. Smolder gets caged by the Poppy or Jarvan or Veigar. He gets blown up. Exactly. They do actually have some good tools to deal with Jarvan. Not Jarvan, Smolder. The rapid fire cannon is really valuable for that reason. The Smolder can actually play from quite a long way away with rapid fire cannon and with the Achu, the Sneeze, and Mom. You don't actually have to step forward into the active range of a lot of these people too often. Nice combo, but there's a redemption. He'll be fine. Does probably need to leave. I don't think he can save this turret. So that's the last outer turret down. Combo. Yeah, 14 months separate us. But we are the 2 Hapgood siblings. Here we go. Blue buff angle. Should take it. Back away. Don't need to fight that. Veigar's going to get a shove into the tier 2. Baus going to try and get some value down here, but he's walking across quite a lot of wards, so does need to be careful. He's gone too far. Nice pillar to deny his exit. A Baus, that wasn't it. Atakan's about to spawn as well, and you're going to be down a top lane in 30 seconds. Cage. Ask. Body slam. Does clear the wave. Caged. Dark matter. Nemesis? Nemesis? He's walked into the cage. He's dead. He's actually just dead. What? I guess he saw that other people were coming and realized he had to leave. He'll try and jump on a rag and he's not got a lot to work with. But this is going to be a 5v or at least a 4v3. Azir's not there. 4v3. Azir's going to get a tier 2 now. That was awful, Nemesis. I think also that in winter in particular, a lot of EMEA Masters teams just weren't ready yet. It was probably some of the lowest level I've seen from EMEA Masters teams as yet. Especially compared to previous years. I think they have ramped up across the years, and this feels more like a very competitive EMEA Masters. I think also Lost Ratones. A lot of the things they were getting away with earlier in the year, teams are actually punishing them for now. Because that was just unbelievably greedy from Nemesis. Atakan angle. Nemesis TPs. Faust, steadfast presence. Cast goes nowhere. Ragnar, where was that going? Keeper's verdict on the Azir. Xerxes needs to leave. He's at half. Into Khan angle. It's going to be a flip. It could be a flip. One by Atakar. One by Velia because the cage came on down. Nicely done from Nemesis. So I was looking over the wall. Double charm. Grand entrance. That's 2 dead. Flashes out means no. Event Horizon angle. Will survive for quite a long time. Velia needs to run away. Seren's still doing a lot of damage. Harpoon could kill them all here yet. Okay, ends up being 1 for 1. 2 for 1. Velia died as well. But where did Baus end up and how did he get there? I've asked that question quite a lot. Mid lane tier 1 still just about survives. 40 seconds on Soul. What got burned there? Quite a lot of flashes. So basically, Nemesis is going to get a really good cage down to prevent Xerxes getting on over. So good knock-up from Zoelis, but it doesn't really lead to all that much. Atakan's good. They just can't secure the exit, basically. It's a really good flash, ult, grand entrance. Well, ult, flash, grand entrance. Velia tries to Cataclysm to buy some time, but doesn't quite flag and drag far enough away. Seren gets to auto a few more times. Velia gets executed by Harpoon. Alright, 5 seconds on Dragon. A Lost Returns fighting this. Only 1 dragon. But it is a big one. Velia gets a bit of a chunk. Cage does get a stun onto Zoelis, but no one else. Start Matter doesn't land. I think he's kind of blind. Ragnar goes looking at Velia. Ragnar's not had a phenomenal time on the Gragas, actually. Cage to away, or like passed away. Cage was there. Velia getting forwards. I don't know about that one. Faust, double knock away. Oh, that could be big. Charge onto Xerxes. Cage afterwards. That's going to be a dead jungler. Nice shutdown. And they can get Soul. Does Zoelis have Spellbook? Could potentially get the smite angle. Goes in with quickness. That should still be the Soul. Is taken by Jarvan. Nice work. Zoelis low. Helpone is still high and working, though. Crowny gets some good autos. Flash over the Azir shuffle. Feather pull back. Velia doesn't land the flag and the drag, but Dragon Strikes can keep on going, and that's ironic into the Smolder. Velia gives the shield up, and Harpoon is not winning these 1v1s right now. He just doesn't have the damage, and will go down in the grand scheme of things with Ocean Soul secured for Lost Returns. Big win for Lost Returns. Atakan into Soul, into a big team fight win. So this knock away from Baus is so huge. Knocks away both the Azir and the Rakan. You engage, and a load of your damage just disappears. It means Xerxes is left out to get shunted into the wall and immediately totaled by the Primordial Burst in the CC chain. Makes this a very difficult moment because Galions have to try and just win the fight. They do kill off Baus to begin with, but he buys enough space. They win the smite fight, and then you're trying to win a fight, extended fight at that, into Ocean Soul. Good flash and crowning to avoid the Empress Divide. Velia then gets to just walk at the Smolder. Shielded by Reckless. Heal and shield power amped by Ocean Soul. GG. It was a wonderful ult from Baus. Wonderful ult from Baus. That's not great for Reckless. Shields himself up. Gets away. Out comes Event Horizon. League should have player of the game. Yeah, I kind of wish we had. We do have highlight reels, but we don't have plays of the game, and I think that would be kind of cool as well. We used to do that a bit more regularly. Cass goes wide. Ragnar's just hit nothing. There's been some cool attempts, but it's not been particularly clinical from the Gragas. I'll come back and see Velia walking down a Smolder with 3 items. Yeah, but the problem is it's melee range with Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver, Karma behind him, and Ocean Soul. Like, poor AD carry doesn't have a lot of value there. Did Smolder have Infinity Edge coming into that play? I wasn't sure whether he'd actually completed by then, whether he's still on the BF sword. Yeah, I mean, at this point as well, there's so much ability haste for Nemesis. He just cycles through Event Horizon a lot. He's got upgraded Lucidity Boost and Crypt Bloom. A lot of ability haste. Those Event Horizons are not on a long cooldown at all. Another cage. Bat Ragnar has to body slam away. The duality of top lane and ulti, I know. Out comes the cask. It's on to Nemesis. Oh, Nemi. The one caster does land blasts you in the face. He was being too aggro. And you've just given a double kill to Smolder. That's Baron. Well, that's game 5. Atrocious. Actually, can Crowny win the 1v1 with Ocean Soul? He's got too many people coming. It's too late. Okay. He's going to die for this. Atrocious. Ghosted to try and punish the TP from Harpoon. Do at least get wave shoves. 20 seconds on Baus and Nemesis, and you did just kill a lot of their Baron damage. There is a real world where Velu could steal this. And or you TP in afterwards. Watch Nemesis and Baus looking to TP here. Down to half HP. Velu needs to be kept out of the pit. Flashes away. Down to 6,000 HP. It's still not going down that fast. 3 seconds on Baus. Nemesis can come in as well. Watch for the TPs. They will double TP here. If they get Baron but lose everyone, it's kind of a disaster. Trying to find Velu. Somebody gets to the pit! He takes it! Oh no! Dark Matter! Cataclysm to get over the Azir wall into the flag and drag. Oh no. They sent everyone to keep Velu out and just didn't rush the Baron. Gully's gonna die as well. Oh, Galions, not like that. You just done the hard work. That's incredibly poor. Swift chance. You've fallen foul of my most nefarious of chat rules. You can't yell at me with all caps unless you subscribe. If you want to yell at me in all caps, you've got to subscribe. Subscribers can yell at me all they want. Everyone else, you got a limit of how many caps you can use in a sentence. This is how I get him, guys. It's how I get him. Even mods? I actually don't know. Possibly. But you're subscribed, Ambus. You're fine. You got a sub badge. You're a 1-month subscriber. Great angle from Velia, though, who has definitely... Velia has been the one person in this game I've gone, you've played well. Everyone else has had some really sussy moments. Like, there's been some really bizarre Nemesis deaths this game. Sent 4 people to keep Velia out, only to not keep Velia out. Literally. And took so long, Baus and Nemesis got a TP in. Nemesis and Baus... actually going to be just fine, actually, as it was Crowny, and I got baited by the Yordle skin, thinking that was the Veigar. It was not, and they just blew up both solo lanes. Seren and Ragnar are down. I think this is game. They can run through mid. The pillar to try and slow the minions down is actually a requirement here. Pop you away from feathers, doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah, Harpoon, they've got to get a heal down. That's going to be at least inhibitor broken. 25 seconds on Seren. They need to hold really hard. But there's into Ocean Soul and Baron. Out comes the Event Horizon. Steadfast Presence goes on down. Baus just knocking Harpoon away. Xerxes going to get knocked up as Velia finds a wonderful flag and drag. Demacian Standard. Dragon Strike. Martial Cadence Auto. Nexus Turret's down. Lost Ratones have done it. Oh, Galions. You could have won that game. What a throw at Baron. Don't get me wrong. It was back and forth. Ocean Soul was against you, but... that one